Well, it's a year today since a wall of mud swept down Mount Sugarloaf in Freetown, the capital of Sierra Leone. In a matter of just minutes, it took with it more than 1,000 lives and left thousands more injured and struggling to pick up the pieces of their broken lives. But what about those it left behind, some of whom accuse the government of woeful mismanagement of the rebuilding of their communities? Well, Umaro Fofana has returned to the city to witness for himself how survivors are coping.
Remembering their dead. For those left behind, the pain is still fresh. Malegi lost his wife, 2 children and dozens of other relatives. He's back to pray for their souls. His 12-year-old son survived, but only just. The scars are all over his body.
This is not how I was born. Now look, my leg is amputated. I want to become somebody in future. I can no longer run around and play like other children do. I don't feel happy about it, but I remain courageous.
Sierra Leone's ground zero. Structures have been bulldozed for safety, with trees being replanted. This was a scene of chaos and tears. That portion of Mount Sugarloaf caved in. The tumbling boulders and trees covered or swept away dozens of houses in their wake. Help was too slow to come. Blood followed blood. To this day, there are hundreds of bodies still lying beneath my feet. Thousands were displaced. Less than 200 now call this place their home. Built at no cost to the state is asking them for a rent. A few months since they were handed over, some of the structures have begun to crumble.
We do not have water supply at all since we were transferred here. We don't have schools for our children, no hospital facility, no marketplace to buy our foodstuff.
Understandably, these women only discuss the disaster of last year and the agony of today. But the authorities don't seem to have any further plans for them.
Basically, looking at their conditions, we'll say that they are relatively fine, because when that event took place, compared to what they were at that time and what they are now today, is a bit different.
I have been to the area myself, and the people there say they don't have the most basic things in life. They don't have a school for their children, they don't have water, they don't have a health facility. Surely you can't say they are fine.
That area is a new settlement that has been established, and slowly, you know, Rome was not built in a day. We are working towards development. And the mere fact that government was able to identify that particular area for settlement is a major milestone.
Back to Daniel. He says he wants to become a computer engineer. But for now, at least, he has to struggle in more ways than one, even to go to school. Umaro Fofana, BBC News, Freetown.
Now, police in Uganda say they've arrested the popular politician and musician Robert Kyagulanyi. He's also known as Bobi Wine. You can see him there with the red beret on. Now, several other members of parliament and some of his supporters are also under arrest. Now, they're accused of doing that to the presidential motor arcade. They were also at the venue at a political rally. Now, it comes at the end of a heated campaign for a local by-election. Catherine Bayorunga has more.
Politics in Uganda is taking on a new twist. And the person shaking it all up is this man, Robert Kyagulanyi, a member of parliament and reggae star popularly known as Bobi Wine. He's not only taking on President Yoweri Museveni, but also the traditional opposition parties. The candidates he supported in 3 parliamentary by-elections have defeated the ruling party. Yesterday, he was backing another candidate in Arua, northern Uganda. On Monday night, the boisterous campaigns took a deadly turn for the worse. 26-year-old Yasin Kawuma, Bobi Wine's driver, was shot dead. The circumstances are still unclear. The reggae star supporters believe the police are behind the killing and were trying to target Bobi Wine himself.
Because that car is well known. It's loud, it is unique. It's the one that he drives, the one that has all the slogans written on it. It's the one he goes with. It's well known, it's a popular car. So of course, if you target that car and you're targeting the co-driver, then you're targeting Bobi. I have no doubt about that.
Authorities say this was part of wider violence. This tweet from the president's spokesperson shows a presidential car that was allegedly attacked by opposition supporters as Museveni's convoy left a campaign rally. Police say Bobi Wine's driver was killed in the clashes. The musician, some MPs and several of his supporters have since been arrested.
I think there is a calculated move by some of those political actors to shift the narrative. Truth is, they did attack. They obstructed and violently attacked the presidential motorcade.
The by-election goes ahead on Wednesday. Arua town is a strategic constituency in northern Uganda, and President Museveni is fighting to keep hold of it. Bobi Wine is gaining momentum as a political force in Uganda. If his preferred candidate wins this crucial vote, it might show that he has strong support in areas away from the capital. But President Museveni's ruling party has won most of these local elections across the country. Catherine Biarahanga, BBC News, Kampala.